All right, guys, welcome back to the Wicked Kitchen. Today I am gonna prepare one of the most delicious vegan buffalo tofu. And it's super easy. I'm gonna make a little bit extra because whenever I make this, it tends to disappear really quickly. So let's just jump right into it. What I have in front of me is I have 1.5 blocks of extra firm tofu. So whatever the most extra firm tofu that you can buy, that's what I get. It's just 1.5 blocks. So I'm just gonna start right away by cutting these into good sized cubes. Right, so I cut it in half lengthwise, and then I'll cut it into thirds. Right, I wanna make sure there's enough for a good meal. We're gonna serve this as a meal and not just an appetizer. You could make them just as an appetizer if you want. That's totally your call. But I am gonna use these as an actual dinner, so that's good there. So super simple as far as dicing the tofu. Can't get much more simple than that. And then I'm gonna add them to a bowl. I'm gonna use this metal bowl for a reason, because I'm gonna heat it up afterwards, briefly. For this, I'm just gonna add a touch of oil to let some seasoning stick to it. Oops, about a tablespoon of oil to that. Just gonna give it a quick stir, toss. So I have some blended barbecue rub. This will go well with the buffalo style flavor. So I'm just gonna use about, be liberal with the seasoning a little bit, maybe 1.5 tablespoons, 2 tablespoons. Just toss it up. All right, so I'm gonna light the flame on the cast iron. Maybe I'll start the stove first. I'll let that get heated up. Okay, so while that is working, that'll get nice and hot. I am gonna show you, so we're gonna do some green beans as well with this. I'm gonna do some dry fried green beans. And then I'm also gonna do some broccoli, tenderstem broccoli. So this is just 1 pack of tenderstem broccoli I bought at the store, and then 1 pack of snipped fine green beans. So haricots verts, they might call them, or just thin green beans. I'm a huge fan of these. Because I can't be bothered today as far as how fast I want to work, I'm not going to wait for brown rice to cook. We do have a recipe on this link here of how to cook the perfect brown rice. But today I went and I'm trying they have these instant packs where you just literally open it up and microwave it for a minute. So I'm going to use this and try it out and see how it goes. I mean, it looks really good. So if it's a step that helps you cook at home, just to buy a couple of these, really easy, simple. They have all different kinds of grain mixes, whether it's quinoa, I've seen some barley mixes, they have lentil, all different kinds of whole grains. If it gets you to eat more whole grains, then go, by all means, buy them like that. And just, quick microwave and add a bunch of veggies and we're good to go. So that pan is getting hot. I should have probably heated the pan up before I started cutting the tofu, because it takes a minute for these pans to get nice and crispy, ripping hot the way I want it. So while that's heating up, I'm gonna add a little bit of oil. It's almost there. So I just wanna coat. I want these to be crispy. So it's about a table. All right, I'm gonna do a little bit more than that. I'm gonna add like 2 tablespoons of oil. The pans are getting nice and warm here. I'm just gonna add the tofu right to the cast iron pan now, okay? So it is ripping hot. And I wanna sear these on each side. So this particular method for cooking tofu, I'm just gonna share with you that this is one of the best ways to cook tofu. So no matter what the seasoning, it's a really good tip, okay? Cube the tofu about 1 inch in diameter, or however many centimeters, 3 by 3. Add it to a bowl, a tablespoon of oil, and then whatever seasoning you want. So whether you're using like 2 tablespoons of anything, you can use like the chicken style seasoning or the pork style seasoning or barbecue seasoning, whatever kind of seasoning you want. Just toss it so it coats like this. Toss it so it coats like this, like all around, so that flavor hits all different sides. what I want to do is sear it on this one side. I'll turn it over. It adds this crispiness to it and makes it so delicious. It doesn't matter what flavoring seasoning is on top of it. This is the method and the process. The seasonings are variable. You can change them up however you like. If you just want black pepper and salt, which I do a lot of, you guys, this is the way, okay? So that's gonna cook right now. I'm gonna get the bowl right here, and I'm gonna prep the veg and get those ready to go. So, just a little bit of oil in here, another teaspoon. And that's just gonna coat the broccoli. And the broccoli, I'm just gonna season with a pinch of salt, so it's about half a teaspoon. And then I'm gonna do a little black pepper, so another half a teaspoon of black pepper. And that's it for the broccoli. Because there's so much flavor on the tofu, I don't have to be so worried about adding so much flavor to the different vegetables that are gonna go with it. So I'm gonna put these right on here. And we're gonna just straight in the oven with these when the tofu is ready. We're gonna roast it all together very nicely. This is a really quick and simple, easy. I'm trying to make everything less than 30 minutes because not a lot of us have a lot of time to cook. But we do have to make time to eat. So the more we cook, the better. So I have that ready. I'm gonna sear the green beans in the same pan to absorb some of that flavor. This is really simple dish, you guys. I mean, I just made this the other day, and I just have to show you guys how to do it. So this has been searing a little bit. I've noticed, so you might notice at your own house, your stove, however it leans, you know, you'll see the oil flow in the pan. Really be conscious of that because it helps. Know where your hot spots are, and when the oil leans, I like to turn the pan around so it all gets crispy in certain places, and I like the evenness of the pan. So I'm gonna just start turning these around on different sides, getting that nice sear, making sure that it's hot. So you could deep fry these if you want, but I'm not into that at the moment, and nor do I want to do it in the house. So by just pan frying them like this, I think it gets crispy, plenty crispy. If you want, you could go the extra mile and just like coat it with like corn flour or rice flour or potato starch. Whatever you want to do to make the edges crispy, you can. I just can't be bothered with that today. I want to just really do it as easy as possible with what I have on hand and show you guys that it just works with or without that. I'm just going to cook that for another minute. You can see they're really getting nice and crispy brown on the top. It's exactly what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that little bite that's gonna, it's just gonna be so good when we eat this. So that's good enough for me. You guys see how crispy that is? I'm just gonna start layering these right onto cutting board here. So if you notice on like our Instagram at Wicked Healthy, I tend to make these what I think is really pretty veg boards or pans, just how I roast things. You know, maybe it's just me and I'm a little crazy, but I like to cook things beautiful as they go because the process is it's the best part of it. It's the actual cooking part. I love sitting down to eat, but literally that takes me 5 minutes to eat, but the process of the 20 to 30 minutes I have to cook is where I find the most enjoyment. And that could be different for you guys. So the pan is still hot now. I'm just gonna add the green beans right to the same pan. And this is gonna be very easy, and why I think it's so easy is because I just start everything in one pan, put it on another baking sheet, pop it in the oven, it comes out all at once, toss it, stir it, serve it with a little bit of rice, and we're done. I mean, it's gonna be less than 30 minutes. And one way to help the green beans along, so I'll be right back, is I just get like a little tiny bit of water. And now I'm gonna add just a pinch of black pepper. There's a lot of seasoning in that pan, so I don't actually need a lot of seasoning. I don't need any more salt. I don't need any other oil. I'm just using that same little oil that I used in the beginning. This gives it a nice quick steam. It brightens the color. And that's what I'm looking for. That really bright, vibrant, colorful. I still want to have a crunch to these. So that is like pan blanching. The green beans are just delicious, so let's take these out just as they are. Just taking that little extra step, making it like aesthetically pleasing in the presentation, even when it goes in the oven. So when it comes out, I mean, people think I know what I'm doing, but all it is just simple little techniques done in a row and done consistently. So this is going right in the oven. It looks gorgeous just the way it is. The oven is on 200 degrees Celsius. I'm a big fan of high heat. So I tend to always have it on 200 degrees Celsius, which is close to 400 degrees Fahrenheit for my US friends. I like things that way because what it's doing is it'll crisp up the outer edge and still leave the inside nice and juicy and crunchy if I want it crunchy. You do have to watch it a little bit. You don't need as much time. So I'm gonna leave that in there for 10 minutes. And while that's in there, I'm just gonna clean up a little bit and I'm gonna get that rice and pop it in the microwave. And then I'll show you how to make the buffalo sauce. So I'll be right back. Pan has been in the oven for about 10 minutes. So I'm just grabbing this. You can tell when it's done, what I'm looking for is the crispy bits on the broccoli and on the tofu and on the green beans. So what I'm gonna do to make the buffalo sauce, you can use any kind of spicy vinegar, hot sauce. Red Hot is what I tend to use, Frank's Red Hot. I'm gonna put it on somewhat medium to low heat, just the burner. And I'll throw the bowl right onto it. And I put the sauce right into it. I'm just gonna use this whole container, which is, it's not a large size bottle, it's a small size one. It's probably about 1 cup US. So the sauce is in there. I'm gonna add, sometimes you can use melted butter if you wanna microwave it. I'm just gonna add the butter right to it. So it's about 1 teaspoon. I'm only gonna use that part right there. This is what gives it that creamy flavor. And I'm just gonna mix that until it's all melted and warm. And it happens pretty quick. It's nice and emulsified. As long as you whip it in there nicely, it comes out nice and smooth. Need to plate this one up. So I'm gonna have plenty here for the next couple days if I wanna do meal prep. But today, I'm just gonna do one. Okay, so the plate here. Sauce is nice and hot. I'm shutting off that stove. I'm gonna add the tofu right to the sauce now. Just drop it in. Perfect. I microwaved that rice because I'm using instant rice today. Some of that I bought in the package, so let me grab that out of the mic. So super simple dish to you guys. A little bit of brown rice. Okay, save some for later. Gonna go around with the green beans. For me, I like to, you know, half the fun of it is plating up as good as you want, and I like to just do a nice little round bit here like this. I love the green beans, nice and crispy. You got the broccoli. I really enjoy these little burnt, crispy bits. Not burnt, but like, they're just extra crispy. I love it. Okay, so it's gonna look nice. Move this out to the side. And then for the buffalo wings, make sure the bowl's not too hot. It's hot on the bottom. And then I just stir it. With that vinegar hit, man, it's like, it's really good. It gets you. So right onto the rice. Now, depending on how much you want, I could probably eat a good few pieces of these. All right, so there you have it, you guys. This, let me grab, I think I have a fresh herb in the fridge just to finish it off. Some fresh parsley here. Boom, boom, and boom. Beautiful, done. An amazing buffalo style tofu, brown rice, crispy green beans, and extra crispy broccoli stem. Tenderstem broccoli, whatever. It's right here in front of you. It's delicious. Enjoy it, guys, and we will catch you on the next episode of Wicked Kitchen. Don't forget to subscribe. Keep on your plant-based journey, and thank you very much for what you're doing for the animals and for the environment. Proud of you. Talk to you soon.